This is lesson number 3 on how to be a better rapper. My name is Raymond Raycito Griffin. I used to run a underground hip hop station. It was like number 5 in the nation years ago, and I was a bad motherfucker. A lot of people, a lot of rappers came through our station doors back on the West Coast. So a lot of times when you hear back in the day, in the glory days of West Coast rappers, you know, there was some people behind the scenes. I know everybody think of Tupac and they think of Death Row and all that other shit, but there was some shit that happened even before Death Row that even got them to that point. And I used to run one of those radio stations, and I can tell you a lot about hip hop in its raw, when it was very raw, in its raw sense, when it was it just breathed this realness. And somebody asked me when they wrote me, they said, Raycito, can you give me a couple of tips now that you out on the other side of the country? Can you maybe help me out? And on the last video, I talked about, you know, the importance of image versus self-image. But let me talk about what's real and how to really make sure that the shit that you're saying is some real shit. If I had to sum up every single thing you say, and I get the main point of your first verse, and I say, okay, so this is what you're talking about. I got it. And in the next verse, you say the exact same thing, and I have to sum that up in one sentence. I say, okay, so what you're saying is this, and it's the exact same thing, and there's no progression. It's not moving forward. There's no forward movement whatsoever. Then that's some bullshit, and I'm gonna tune out, just like anybody else would tune out. What they want to know is, here's your angle. Give me an angle. Here's a topic, and here's an angle, and I'm gonna, in the first verse, take it from this particular angle. Then the next verse, even if you sum up what I'm saying in one sentence, it moved on to something else. A lot of rappers don't do that, or they try to stuff everything they know about anything and everything into one damn song. Shit, just make another song. You ain't got to put everything about your life into one particular song, but stick to the fucking subject matter so I can kind of follow what you're saying. A lesson that I really wanted to give was how to do it. I mean, sometimes, you know, I hear rappers a lot of times try to talk about experience and what they've been through, and they use the past tense. They talk about shit about what I used to do and all that other shit. Nobody want to miss out. Nobody want to feel like they missed the moment. Shit, I want to feel like I'm going through it with you right now. So let's talk about that word now, because that's important. When they talk about being in the moment, making me feel it right then, think about a gospel soloist breaking down right then, and they just like, ah, yeah, you know, just going all out, and they just saying, fuck the audience, fuck the choir, me and God right now having a conversation right now, and I don't care if y'all don't understand it, fuck it, this is me, and that's the kind of shit you want to get across. People want to feel like they experiencing that moment, that private moment with you. So when you write lyrics or you say lyrics, sometimes you gotta have them. You gotta really make sure you're conveying the meaning underneath those lyrics. A lot of times I'll stop rappers and when they sound hollow, and I'll say, hold on, what are you saying? Not because they haven't you know, learned to you know, say their lyrics. But I can tell when there's no meaning behind it. It sounds empty. It sounds like, you know, you're just going through the motions. I don't want to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit. I want it to live right then. I want it to be on fire right then. I want to be right there in the moment. So let's talk about this one concept I used to work with rappers with all the time. Now, this right here is a sheet of paper, right? Now, what if I take this sheet of paper and I go and I fucking put this sheet of paper on a copier machine and I hit copy, what the fuck is going to come out of that copier machine? It's going to be a exact same copy of what you just saw. Well, what I used to ask rappers to do is to try to give me a photocopy of their feelings. I wanna feel the way they was feeling at that particular moment when they was angry and about to beat down a motherfucker, or feeling like they was about to go off on somebody, or feeling how they did when they got heartbroken or whatever. I want to feel like that right now. I want to feel the exact same feeling. And how do you get a photocopy of your feelings so that I can experience it and I see it like I'm riding shotgun in the back of the car watching you go through this shit at the same time? That's what I want you to capture on tape. That's what all great performers have. They have this ability to make you kind of feel them and see their perspective, and you know, and it's hard to get that. But a lot of times rappers are talking in the past tense. But I used to say, okay, we're gonna do a quick tour. What I want you to do is I want you to fuck all that abstract thought and that abstract talking. I want you to actually walk me through a tour. Tell me about what happened. Do you remember what happened? Okay, what did the people look like? How were they reacting? What did your mama say when that shit happened? What colors was she wearing? I want you to recollect all that shit, and I want it to be real to you right there. And I want you to paint a picture for me with words, because I ain't there. I can't see it no other way. And if I'm listening to your lyrics, I want to have a mental picture of exactly what the fuck you going through. I want to hear you breaking down and crying. I want to hear you just saying, you know, the shit that you went through and how it brought tears to your eyes and shit, and how you was fucked up. I want to hear it in your voice. And when I get that meaning behind what you're saying, that's when we working with something. That's when we ain't just going through the motions, and that's when I don't feel like you're just bullshitting with what you're saying to me. And if we can capture that on tape, on the playback, other people are going to hear it. Other people are going to hear that raw honesty. When you took me through the now, the moment when you experienced it right then. I'm Raymond Raycito Griffin. I hope this helps you and how to become a better rapper. Since you asked for this, I'm giving you this shit. Unplugged. My name is Raymond Raycito Griffin. If you don't know me, hit me up. Shit. For real. Later.